Hello and welcome to Opal Rose Oracle. My name's Amanda Gove and it's so good to be here with you on this Friday morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're viewing this. This week's story time is brought to you by a kid's book about. This is a book for kids 6 and up, though if you have younger children who you believe is ready to address big topics like racism, then of course they're more than welcome to be here and participate. I'm going to begin by reading the back of the book too, because there is a lot of useful information. A kid's book about believes kids are ready to talk about difficult situations and topics that are prevalent in our country and world as of right now. And I believe them. I believe children are ready, and that most of the time it's the adults who are too afraid to or don't know how to address certain very complicated topics. A kid's book about does us all a service by making these difficult topics accessible at a child-friendly level. What's inside? Yes, this really is a kid's book about racism. Inside you'll find a clear description of what racism is, how it makes people feel when they experience it, and how to spot it when it happens. This is one conversation that's never too early to start. And this book was written to be an introduction for kids on the topic. So this is an introduction. And it is a beautiful introduction. The author, Jelani Memory, did a phenomenal job with this book. He is an African-American entrepreneur, thinker, and constant learner. He lives in Portland, Oregon, with his wife and 6 kids, and he still wants to be an artist when he grows up. I love that, Jelani. I still want to be an artist when I grow up, too. So we are going to adventure into this book today. A kid's book about we're better together. A kid's book about racism by Jelani Memory, written for his son, Solomon. I'm going to read the intro for the parents. So kids, grab your water, your juice, whatever you like to have when you listen to a story. Or you can listen to this part too. We grown-ups try to teach kids as much as possible as they grow up. Things like how to say your ABCs, ride a bike, and when to say please and thank you. Even bigger things like how to date, when to quit something, and how to forgive. But there are a handful of important topics that we often never get around to talking about. Things that are simply too hard to just bring up. And racism is one of those topics. And yet, what age is too early for kids to learn about racism? When is too soon for kids to learn about how to treat those who look different? Who is supposed to help kids learn about racism? This is a book designed to help get the conversation started, to help grown-ups and kids alike wade into really tough waters, and hopefully spark the first of many conversations to come about racism. Enjoy. We're going to begin. This is a book about racism And for real. And yes, it's really for kids. It's a good book to read with a grown-up because you'll have lots to talk about afterwards. So get your questions ready. Just you, keep reading. The book won't bite. Now, to introduce myself. My name is Jelani. My skin color looks like this. And if you're colorblind, this color is brown. Because my dad is black and my mom is white. Which makes me mixed. Or African American biracial black, or a person of color. I'm proud of who I am and the color of my skin. But because of my skin color, people aren't always nice to me. Sometimes I get called names, and other times it's worse. The person doing it might not even realize that it hurts me a lot. A lot. And when they treat me that way, it makes me feel small. You see, some people believe that having a different color skin means you aren't as good as others. And that is called racism. Period. What is racism? Racism means to hate someone, exclude them, treat them badly because of their race or of the color of their skin. And it happens all the time. Racism, 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 racism. It's everywhere. Not just in big ways. But sometimes it shows up in small ways. Ways that are sometimes almost invisible. That's pretty sneaky, huh? Like a look, a comment, a question, a thought, a joke, a word, or a belief. Racism is one of the worst kinds of mean someone can be, because racism thinks that being different is bad. But, and that's a big but, being different is really good. Really good. Being different is really good. Like, really, really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 really. Really, 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 almost there. I promise. I promise. Really, 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 really good. It's like really good. 1,000% good. And that's like 1,000% good. 1,000% good. Because being different means we have so much more to offer each other. Things like help, ideas, strength, skills, creativity, life, patience, respect, community, love, knowledge, experience, perspective, insight, diversity, wisdom, empathy, and originality. That whole being different thing, it makes us better. Much better. So, if you see someone being treated badly, made fun of, excluded from playing, looked down on because of their skin color, call it racism. Now that you've made it to the end of the book, what comes next? Well, if you're a grown-up who read this to a kid, my hope is a lot. They should have millions of questions for you. Like, has anyone ever been racist to you? Or, do some people not like me because of the color of my skin? Take their curiosity and make the most of it. I can promise you that you're more afraid than they are to talk about racism. So talk about your experience with racism or that of your friends. Talk about our country's history and the civil rights movement. And above all, be honest. Kids are ready and willing to learn about tough things if only the grown-ups present in their lives are willing to talk about it. And that, my friends, is a kid's book about racism by Jelani Memory. A kidsbookabout.com has way more short stories that address a whole slew of other topics. We have belonging, feminism, creativity, money, depression, failure, gratitude, adventure, cancer, body image, and mindfulness. There are so many more topics that aren't even listed. Some of the most crucial topics that are in line with this is a kid's book about white supremacy. And that's the next one I would like to read. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you're interested in a kid's book about, please reach out to me. I am very happy to be working with this beautiful progressive company because I believe the children are ready. Our children are smart, wise, intelligent. And if we're going to cultivate a future that is truly kind, compassionate, inclusive, and anti-racist, the best place to start is in the home. So I'm sending you all lots of love and lots of gratitude. You can reach out to me. My email address is A as in apple, D as in dog, E as in elephant, S as in Sam, H as in happy, period, P as in pineapple, U as in unicorn, R as in rhino, A as in apple, N as in Nancy, period, K as in kite, A as in apple, U as in unicorn, R as in rhino, @gmail.com. For more on a kid's book about racism and their other publications. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed weekend filled with amazing conversations about how we can do better. Because it begins with us. Every little bit helps. I look forward to hearing about the conversations that you have at home, with your families, with your parents, with your children. Because kindness, compassion, and change begins in here. Have a beautiful, blessed day, and I'll see you all real soon for more stories that help us grow and connect to the brilliance that's within and the brilliance that we're capable of creating. So much love. Bye for now.